What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. Bang Olufsen has a brand new product. This is the brand new Beosound Level. Well, let's get into it. So here we have it. This is the box. I must say, B&O, the boxes are so much better than they ever used to be. I really like your box game, but that's not really why we're here. The Beosound Level, brand new, and ta-da! Here it is. So, here you have it, and it looks maybe a bit subdued, but as you can see, there is some nice aluminium work. And to get right off the bat, why it's called the Beosound Level is that I guess it levels the audio, because inside, besides everything else, there is a sensor which monitors which way is up. So actually when you play music, and you play music either like this, it tunes itself to a particular way. Then when you play music like this, the DSP changes and the sound changes, and it sort of fades in and out while moving it like this. It's kind of nice. And then if you have a wall bracket, you can also hang it this way. And again, the sound changes, and it changes so that it all more or less sounds similar in a way, and the way it's meant to be. And I really think this is ingenious because, as you can see, it's nice like this, but I mean, if you're facing in, like where I'm sitting, and you put it down like this, you can all share in the joy, which is really rather nice. And then let's get some of the technical specs, because you have this cover, you have also an oak cover coming later in the year, but let's get a bit closer look at the internals. So the cover comes off like this. And here we have the internals. Obviously very nicely made, and you can already see sort of what's going on in there. So let's get to some of the specs. The most important probably for audiophiles is there's two 4-inch drivers for the bass. These are new, and you don't see these in anything else, I don't believe. So these are new spec drivers. Quite powerful actually for the size. They're two 30 watt for the 4-inch woofers. Then you have a full range driver here in the middle, also a 30 watt amp. And then you have two tweeters either side, which are 15 watt each per tweeter. So all in all, you have quite a bit of power. I mean, it's 120 watts total, if I'm doing my math right. And it really shows. Tomorrow I'll have an audio clip up of the balance, and you will be able to sort of hear here on YouTube what that's like. And I must say, for the size and how thin or thick, depending on where you're coming from, how thick or thin it is, it really is surprising how well it sounds. I'm kind of amazed that there's this much punch in such a small package. Now, as per usual, this is also on basically the balance platform. So it does multi-room, but only with AirPlay 2 and Chromecast or AirPlay. But no network link yet. It's coming, but we have to wait, and better be fast about it, please, please, please. So, as I was saying, it has AirPlay 2 inside, which is good enough for most people, and or Chromecast. It has tune-in via Google Assistant or B&O Radio. B&O Radio is what I prefer to use, and it really works well. You can set your preferences to the My buttons up here up top, and it's kind of really kind of easy because, I mean, how often do you switch between more than 4 radio stations? I don't. I usually listen to 1 or 2, and you just tap either 1, 2, 3, or 4, and it starts playing automatically. You have obviously Bluetooth, and there's a line in. Google Assistant is built in. Personally, as probably many viewers of the channel know, I am not very much into listening on me by Google devices, and I really enjoy that B&O puts up a hard switch here and actually a soft switch where you can choose if it listens to you or not for your Google Homey stuff. It's not for me, but if you're into that sort of thing, it'll work perfectly with just about everything you have, other Google stuff, and it's nice. It works well. The speech is very intelligible, and as you would expect with a bigger speaker like this. Well, I call it bigger because the sound is so big. It's really quite amazing how this thing sounds. It doesn't vibrate. It's really punchy. It's really rather nice. The frequency range is about 50 hertz. I think it goes a bit lower, but quoted is 50 hertz to 2200 hertz, or 22 kilohertz, whichever you would like to say. As I said, 2 4-inch drivers, 1 2-inch driver, and 2 3/4-inch tweeters. There is microphone. You can attach it to Ethernet if you want to, but that, as far as I can tell, has to be through a USB-C dongle. Also, good upgrade. Everything new now is USB-C, like the E8s, like the Beo Remote Halo. I really like that we have a standard flippable charging port. Good decision on that, and that it's sort of unified over the entire platform. It also obviously does Wi-Fi, both 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz, no issues there. It has Bluetooth 5.0, and some of the very, very excellent features which you see on a lot more B&O products like the Balance is active room compensation. Because dear Lord, does that make a difference to where you put it and how you tune it. It's one of the best things, and to see it in a small package like this is really, really great. Because wherever you put it, you can just reset it and retune it, and the retuning is really easy, and it works quick, it works well, and you get a good result every time. The battery compartment is sort of openable. If your battery, this has a battery in it. Good news. It's on par with like a Beosound 1. Supposedly on low volume the battery is supposed to last about 16 hours. On loud volume about 4. When I have it here on my dining room table, the sort of listening volumes I use regularly, because it's, for most of my time I've had it, is a background radio station player, or I AirPlay to it. And in that sort of scenario, I've gotten around 10, 11 hours on a single charge. And I must say, for a device this size, that is really good. That's most of the day you're listening to it. I haven't used that in one go, but I'm pretty sure I'll do it in one go, and that's perfectly fine with me. That's more than you can expect from something this size normally, I would think. Especially for the sound it creates. It's really good. The stereo separation is there. I really like this in terms of how it sounds. You also have a light sensor here, or proximity sensor I should say, which I think operates on light. And as soon as I did that, it lights up on top and notices you're there. The volume controls are for my left, your right, and my buttons are here, and play, pause, and next track are in the middle. And it really works great. I really like the look of this in the oak. And I think when you look at it, like, am I wrong way around? When you look at it this sort of way, let me see. What it kind of looks like is an older Beosound 1, but also it is really similar, especially with the oak, to a Beovision Harmony. As in, like, this is one of the wings that does that on the TV. And I must say, for that, it's been such a long time since B&O had such a cohesive design with newer speakers like this, because I could put this in my living room and it would look coherent with everything I own here, especially in the oak. The oak will be out later in the year, as far as I understand. This will be out, well, as of releasing the video, hopefully, and you could order one. I think this with the cloth starts at €1,250, and if I'm not mistaken, the oak one will be €1,500. Both are really reasonable if you think about how much aluminium is in here, the power it has, the battery, and especially if you compare it to a Beosound 1. The Beosound 1 has a more natural, like 360 sound dispersion, but this does some tricks which are really nice. And I think actually this is more powerful and has better stereo, because the Beosound 1 is kind of like a mono speaker, whereas this is sort of a stereo speaker that you can make omnidirectional by putting it down like this. It has nice sort of hard plasticky rubber feet, so you're not putting it down on the aluminium, but they're so tiny you basically can't see them, and every time I feel like I still have to be careful, but you don't really. In terms of ease of use, it's a really fantastic product. As for charging, you get a USB-C cable that's nearly 2 meters long. You get one of these. You can plug the cable in directly if you want to, for if it's like on a wall bracket or something. But what I do, since it's more mobile, is you put the USB-C cable in here, and this is magnetic, and you slap it onto the back. And it Bob's your uncle. It's that easy. So it doesn't matter which way, like this works, that works. There's no direction, because as you can see, it has the traces, has a nice B&O logo on it. And I love this magnetic sort of Apple gimmick, if you get my drift. If you really wanted to, you can attach or connect a Remote 1 to it. The Halo you can't yet. Just like I wish it had network link for us bigger B&O collectors, if we can call ourselves that, users, I guess. Yeah, come with the updates, please. But in terms of, like, if you're a first B&O buyer, or if you just want something in your hallway, or you use AirPlay or Chromecast for everything and you don't use network link, this is fantastic. I really like the sound. It's really capable, far more capable than I thought it would be. It's really, really good looking. It's better looking in real life. If your dealer is open, I would say go by your dealer and have a look and have a listen. As I said, tomorrow I'll have a video up about a sort of a sound test. You can compare that to any of my other videos, because I always keep the same mic with the same settings, with the same camera at roughly the same distance, give or take 20 centimeters. That shouldn't make that much of a difference. So if you have decent headphones, wear headphones, you can sort of tell how it stacks up. It is basically the flat sibling of a Beosound Balance. Personally, I like the Balance's capability, but it doesn't look full-on B&O to me. Although I do like it, but just like this, it lacks network link, which I am a user of. As a single point speaker, I think I would rather have this or have two of these. Because if you wanted to, you can stereo pair them in your Google Home app, and then obviously the further you put them apart from each other, the bigger your soundstage is. I just hope that with this new Mozart platform that they're building stuff on, the back-end software will be updated so we bigger B&O enthusiasts can join it to everything. I don't think it's an issue just yet. I just hope you don't take too long, B&O, because in every other respect, I really like this. As in, really, really like this. I would have no problem recommending this to anybody. And in many ways, it also gives me some of the 80s vibes. As in, you can literally walk around for an entire day like this and have the sort of boombox experience. Because for the small little box it is kind of heavy though, but it kicks and it stays solid and I like it. Also the carry handle on the back where you can just like lift it like that. It's great. All in all, I think this is a very successful product. To make it even more successful, come with Network Link. I know you're working on it. Go quicker, please. Yeah, this thing is amazing. Like I said, the active room compensation is absolutely fab. I would love to see that in basically every B&O product from here on in, because it makes such a big difference. And as far as sound, you always outdo yourself, B&O. This is really, really something to behold in terms of sound and what it can do for the package size. I like it. I'm on the verge of loving it, especially in the oak. Thank you, Henrik from BOTF, Bang Olufsen Technics Forum, for supplying me with a little clip from the oak Beosound Level. Yeah, B&O, get on our level. This level is fantastic. I'm on the level of very much liking it, nearly loving it. I can highly advise, at the very minimum, go to your dealer and have a listen. It's very much worthwhile. I don't know what to say beyond this other than I am amazed. This is more than what I expected it would be. And you will probably too if you're able to go to a dealer. Otherwise, click like and subscribe. It really helps us out. And you'll see the sound test video tomorrow. And yeah, support your local dealers. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye.